All right, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. This is Dr. Hannah. We can have a tea today. I look forward to you all having a fantastic, fantastic day. I look forward to sharing with you today.
Right. Dr. Hannah, it's always an honor to hold some space with you and talk about many things. I know you were able to cover a lot of ground, which I'm grateful for. Let me ask you this. If someone were to come up to you and say, "Who are you?" How would you answer that question?
I'm a divine source. I
Okay.
was saying that because I am an individualized divine source because of I think we all came from source, and who I am, I'm individualized in that sense. That is give me a sense of my own physical identification. But behind that is the knowing that there's a universal oneness, divine source there. So that's what I would call that. That's what I would say.
Okay. And in the United States, people often ask, "What do you do?" and they mean their vocation or their job. If I ask you, what do you do, or what are some of the things you want to highlight that you do here today, how might you answer that question?
I would say that I am a individual that has the capacity to, as a catalyst, to wake you up to your divine self, be it from a medical, be it from a spiritual, be it from a martial, be it from different capacities, depending on the receptivity of the person asking me that question.
Okay. Okay. Appreciate the answer. Is there one of those realms you want to cover today?
Yes, it's always come back to the divine breath. That's
Okay.
united. Everyone have that. Without breath, we doesn't make it. We need to realize when we wake up in the morning, it is the breath. From that breath, actually have a choice. How you're going to use that breath in terms of your energy, because your thinking and your breath creates your own individual life, your own reaction, your own responses, your own happiness, your own, should I say, your radiant health. Breath is the beginning of your consciousness. So conscious breath and how to apply it is the foundation for moving into knowing who you are and what you are. We have the thing talking about your ego mind and your divine mind. The question is, which one would you choose today? It's individual choice to decide what are you going, what are you going to do? We all have that. And from that, you have to realize whatever come out, you're responsible. That's what I was taught today.
Thank you. So, what's the breath? I mean, I think most people are aware that they're probably breathing right now if they're watching this.
Yes.
You spoke about conscious breath. Could you break that down a little bit further?
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to break that down because conscious is knowing how you're going to use the breath to bring more energy in. You're making awareness that my thoughts, my breath, my energy is about cultivating my highest form of myself, being from the divine aspect. And yet knowing that the ego is very important, being a stimulus for you to go in and create more of who you are. So you're using the ego is a great teacher. We need to stand on this physical plane. We came back to learn about a oneness. So what are you going to do with that? Use your breath, your consciousness to move in and to cultivate that. And whatever you encounter, every person will teach you something if you're open to it. Every person that you encounter, either you're educated or you're confirming, you must do one every day. You're doing it, you're doing the conscious, unconscious. Make a decision. How are you going to do? What am I doing with myself today? You go out, someone do some things, and you start blaming them. As I said, you can't be blaming people, man. Punks blame, warriors claim. So look at whatever happens is a result of your own interpretation or your own creation. So that will leave people with interpretation and creation. And that makes some manifestation. How would you deal with that? What manifests in front of you right now? It's no one else's fault. You create your own life. Start with your breath and your consciousness of that.
Right. So, thank you for those answers. There was a lot there. So, I'm going to stay on the breath for a second, if that's okay.
Stay with it.
If someone's watching for people who are watching right now, what might be a way they could practice conscious breathing? And maybe it starts with a physical practice, or how would you go about it if you're showing someone to maybe get into a conscious breathing routine, if you will?
One, I tell people to have gratitude for your breath. No gratitude, you won't have no appreciation. It's so much we take for granted. So I have gratitude for breath because we know breath is the foundation of physical, spiritual, especially this physical life. No breath, no physical life here. So I have that. I will start that first. Are you grateful for your breath? We can stop there, because most people just get up as a robot. They just get up, start moving. I got to do this. I got to do this, and they all like all over the place. Start being grateful for your breath. And then to realize nothing happened without the breath in this physical life. So I won't go beyond gratitude today on this one because it's important to realize that. It's important for you to get the appreciation and the gratitude. You have a lot of stagnation. And stagnation, from a medical point of view, causes disease or dis-ease. Stagnation in your creativity. Stagnation in your relation to yourself. You can't relate to yourself. You can't relate to anybody else, Relate gratitude first. There's nothing else to talk about today, but of that, start with that today. Gratitude. Ask yourself, do I have gratitude for the most source anything to keep me alive in this physical world? Because with breath, it can purify, amplify whatever you focus on. Start with gratitude. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that resonates with me. So thank you. I'm grateful for that answer. With gratitude, how does that relate to love?
Well, in regards to, people have a lot of different questions of love. What kind of love? You got puppy love, this kind of love, this love. But I say gratitude is appreciation for anything with love, anything on that level. It's a gratefulness because the love is the most powerful energy that we have on this planet. So they go together, gratitude and love. And love is in the sense that you love beyond your physicalness. And sometimes we get the two confused. The sensation, about love. You say, well, you love me, you did this for me. Listen to the word. That could be very powerful. And they did, but question how you receive that. Is it conditional how you receive that? You did this, so therefore you must love me. Oh, I look at that. You say, well, if they don't do that, they don't do anything, do they still love you? But action is very important with love. Sometimes non-action is very important. Sometimes you love people, non-action, allow them to learn something they can do for themselves. In that sense, you have non-action. Sometimes you have action, but all that motivated by a sense of love to elevate you to your higher frequency of consciousness. Love is that to enhance and elevate, start from inside of you to go out, allowing people to be themselves without judgment, and yet be there to help them when they're receptive to help. Again, I'm giving you two words today, gratitude and receptivity. And you brought up love as a more powerful word as well, gratitude. When you have gratitude, you're gonna have, you're gonna have more receptivity to improve, to elevate yourself. Gratitude, breath, and making a conscious decision to focus on your divine aspect, and yet appreciating your ego as well. Knowing that you have control of your ego is a process of purification, elevation. You got to elevate. So ego is about purification when you're doing it from a conscious point of view. Otherwise, you go around in a circle blaming people. No, it doesn't work this way.
You said gratitude and receptivity are two of the words you're highlighting today.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
Can you further talk about receptivity as it relates to maybe one's own self, and then receptivity as they relate to others? How do you see that?
I see receptivity as being a fundamental aspect. If you want to create life, expand life, enhance you. We all here because our parents had some sex. The sperm and the ovum got together. Got to be some receptivity. If you're a garden and you want to plant stuff, you got to make the soil relax to receive the seeds. Everything on this planet is the result of receptivity. No receptivity. Someone want to learn something, they got to be receptive to it. No receptivity, forget about it. It's who people try to talk to someone, they're not receptive. They're just going around and you're trying to plant a seed on some concrete. That is crazy. No, not like that. Receptivity. And being grateful for the opportunity to enhance yourself and other. Your breath is that dual aspect. Gratitude, I'm waking up this morning. Gratitude that I'm here, I can enhance myself to my capacity, so therefore my energy goes out and you become a light of gratefulness and gratitude to other people. Yeah. That's why I would say receptivity, nothing happens. If people want to learn something, they got to open their minds up, their hearts up. You can't learn, you're already full. You can't plant no seed on some hearts. You can't make their life like that some form of receptivity. And when that happens, be grateful as gratitude for all that is of your creation and take responsibility for it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So earlier you were talking about the punk blames, the warrior claims. Is that how you said it? Okay.
Is that good?
Okay. So with that, Dr. Hannah, you also talked about free will and choice. Did I get that right?
Yes.
So, and we create our own reality, is what you
Yes.
said. Okay. I'm clarifying here.
Yeah.
So with those things, people might be watching and like, well, I had someone that tried to, they try to do me wrong. How did I create that?
Are they looking short term or long term?
Mm.
What I mean by that, nothing. Listen to me. This is the law of energy. Energy always return to the source of initiation. If you're of a lower frequency of in this incarnation, it might take you time, even longer before it come back to you. You forgot how you did something. But if your frequency a little bit higher, it come back more instantly. But regardless, it's coming back. The law is like the boomerang. It's already coming back to you. You can't escape that. It's a divine law. What you do is what you get. You can't escape it. I mean, that's why in divine law, you can't escape. But with human law, these legal laws, depending on how much money you have, what race, what's your sex, you can get out of stuff. But that's not divine. It's manipulation of words and situations. And use facts. Well, the facts do this, but facts are changing, but the truth is not. The truth and truth never changes, man. The truth is. It's the truth that law of energy returns back to the source. You can't change that divine law. So when someone say they did me wrong, yes. When did you do somebody wrong? Examine yourself. Examine yourself. Don't look just in the immediate situation. Go back. Did you wrong them emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially? You did something. If you came back, you feel someone did you wrong. The minute it came out of their mouth, this means to me is when I read people, they don't did some wrong on some level, energetically, physically, mentally, or financially. So you examine yourself and be honest. Like honesty is a big law of nature. Do you have the capacity to be honest with yourself? Do you have the courage to look at yourself in the mirror and call you out? Become clear to you. The more you clean yourself, purify yourself, you have the vision to see others and give more compassion if you're on a divine frequency. If you see others, now you want to take advantage, you do that energy come back to you. I'm talking laws, not opinions. I don't have time for opinions. I don't have people think. I don't when people have time for what people feel. I'm talking about what is. Whatever it is, you created. That's what I'm saying. Or you co-created it. And you say, how is that? I'm dealing with law. Sometimes people say, no, it's not critical, it's not crucial. It's just like nothing happened by accident. So I'd come back and catch you. Then people say, well, I got it wrong. They did this to me. He or she, they, whatever. I'm saying, what you gonna do about it? When did you do? Forgive yourself, move forward. How you gonna handle that? I would go beyond the why. I say, what, when, and how. I said, warrior. I did say, punks blame and warriors claim. And I said, which one is you? You know, and that's coming on a t-shirt, by the way. That's kind of one of my t-shirt. I said to one of my fans, you have a t-shirt, I want to buy you a t-shirt. I said, yeah, I think that's a good one. I'm gonna put that out there. I'd say, punks blame, warriors claim. Who are you? It's a question. This is how the question is phrased. They decide. I just read questions. Who are you? When everyone becomes taking responsibility for what they are, stuff goes down. Look at it from a different perspective then. You look at it from a different perspective, you know. What am I gonna do? Are you a punk or you a warrior, man? There's no in between this. When I teach my skill, I call it my art skill, like instant karma, my art skill of martial arts, you know. I teach people how to be at peace, yet you give mercy, but never be at the mercy. You know how to neutralize, to harmonize, and then always you respond to the energy coming at you. That's why I like to show people, teach people, in the sense that to wake up, always be at balance in yourself, be at peace in yourself, motivated by love, and always speaking truth. Always. I didn't say facts. Facts are manipulative changes to help people prove this point and that point. What point? I don't have to prove the sign. The sign is. If it's not about the isness, it's about the ifness. I go beyond that. Okay.
Thank you. I wanted to clarify. So we're talking about source, and as I know it, there's the one source of all.
Mm-hmm.
You also talked about the energies initiated from the source. So I took that as that could be me or another individual who put out some energy, and now they're the source of that. Can you clarify that further?
You know, if someone put out some energy, what comes to you is what you send. What's come to you, what you send, and what you're receptive to. Send and receptive are the two things to clarify that. What are you sending? What are you vibrating? You're vibrating, I'm gonna kick butt. Then you said, okay, you vibrated this. There's always one bigger to kick your butt. It's always someone faster and better. So get out that frequency, man. Get the frequency to wine. You say, I can take care of myself. You can, if they can initiate it, you can neutralize and eliminate it. But it was initiated. I'm not going around bragging that I am. I am what I am, and I'm the one with myself. And so what comes, you learn how to respond rather than react. So what are you sending? What are you sending? What are you receiving? You determine about your breath. You're receiving is motivated from the ego, or you separate coming from the divine self. Which one? Which one is you? Because what it is coming to your frequency, you're gonna send that back out. So be very conscious. Have an ever-present state of consciousness. It is about sometime, but some come and hit you in the butt. You say, wow, how did I miss that? I blind that. What blinds people? Sensation, stagnation blinds people. They get hypnotized by emotionalism, sexism, politicalism, whatever it is. It blinds you to a more inner core. So, are you aware? Your awareness is consciousness. Consciousness is freedom. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned short term and long term when I asked you about responsibility and creating energy that returns.
Wait a minute.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
I don't know how this wait a minute. Um, went out for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, that
They-
looks better.
what happened is, this is having tea. I think the lighting people's out there working on the wire outside.
Okay.
The whole thing went out. Man, the whole thing went out. The whole block went out last week for a whole 2 hours. They were
Oh
working.
wow.
There's a big movie down the street from my house. They're making a movie. And so they need a lot of electricity for this.
Oh yeah.
It just went out. I said, okay, what you gonna do about it? You're gonna
Yeah.
respond, you're gonna react. Now, you got to come back and bring it back in. I say,
Yeah.
we out again. I say, oh, the lights just went. But you can see them out there working on it.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked you, or when I asked you about what if someone says, hey, this person did me wrong, you say, well, how are you looking at it? Is it short term or long term? Because everybody's sending energy out and it's going to return by the law of the universe.
Yes.
How do you look at what people might call injustices? There's a lot of collective energy as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that fair? So
Yeah,
there's wars, there's people trying to oppress certain groups. How does that work energetically to you?
well, for me, it is that I'm not going back to your question is how does that work? I take who sent and who received, who initiated that, and who's claiming what. Okay. But it still come back down to the energy of receptivity and what you send. Now to come back to is who looked in at from a divine point of view, and also from I would say from an ego. You claiming space. Who say you claim the space? Who determined that? Is that legal or that divine space? So really, a lot of these things come. This is my space. This is my country. This is mine. Based upon what? Where did that ego? Where did that come from? It's a sense of I control. That's the ego issue, not a divine issue. Anything that's fighting, killing those is ego. I control this. I do this. So I kill millions of people. I do this based upon what motivation? Where's that coming from? Because of your land and because of this, your ideology. So I think that's how the process of going to learning to purify and amplify. We got to go through all those little karmas and things to get that out. Mhm.
And
But
to that end, if someone's like, should I fight for justice or should I, these people over here are being oppressed? From an energetic perspective, does it make sense for you to take action in certain situations? How do you look at that?
I think you always take action. The question, what kind of action? You know what I'm saying? Do you protect yourself? What do you send into that situation or discord? For the people who are being killed, for the people who have the mindset to the leaders who are doing that, you take some action. It's not being passive in that sense. Because it's still you're part of this collective earth and your energy vibrate that can affect that frequency. So the question is, what are you sending to that situation? And how you seeing that? Are you looking for the oneness or you want to look at a delusion of division, this mind, this theirs? You decide. It's still back to the ego mind and divine mind. So in instance, you had to put yourself in, make a decision. How did you fight for it? You want a physical fight, spiritual fight, collective? There's many different fights. But I would say, yeah, you're always moving towards the oneness. What was your position on it? What is it motivated by? The truth is what? The love is to what? And what are you doing?
Okay, that's helpful.
Hmm.
So we started with the two words, gratitude and receptivity.
Yes.
And then we also talked about how we create our own reality from an energetic perspective that manifests on the physical level and other realms. Is that fair?
It's fair. We missed out one word is love.
Love.
Love. We talking about gratitude, receptivity, and love.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
love is the most powerful frequency in this galaxy right now.
Okay,
And I'm saying we all come back from the source of oneness, one breath, one love, one energy. I said for people to have gratitude for their breath, When you have gratitude for that, you can become receptive to deciding. When you talked about you make a choice, free will and choice, you decide which one you're going to cultivate that particular second, your ego mind and divine mind. From there, we move into, we're talking about, are you a punk or you a warrior? And I told you, a punk blame, a warrior claim. Who are you? So in essence, we move into that, and I say the law of energy. It's a law, a divine law. What you do is what you get. You can't manipulate out of it. You can't talk about how much money you got, what race you are, what's your religion, what's your political. Those are human laws. I'm talking about divine law. That's my frequency. And I say, whatever you do, you got to realize that. That's what's happening. That's been just of it so far we talked about.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that further. So someone listening today, you gave them one of the keys is to be grateful for your breath. That's the foundation. That's the fundamental.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to it for the listeners today?
Have a conscious choice. Which one, on the decision, which one you're going to go, ego or divine? Because you got the line with the divines, you think would be fun. You got to really decide that. You got to have a conscious decision, motivated by love. So this way I'm going to enhance my own physical soul, my physicalness, my temple, where my soul in, and appreciate all your lessons that you create, that comes to you, and realize that everybody's your teacher. I'm always humble to learning from in and everybody, because everyone have a light. I have no right to judge people. I have none. Because to judge showing my deficits, what am I judging? I can make a decision. How am I help them rather than talk about them? Or they didn't do things what you thought they should have done the way they did. No. Have that everyone of their own path, their own frequency. How can you enhance their frequency, but yet you remain yourself in balance? You remain a divine warrior every day, every second. Be mindful of your motivation, your thoughts, and what are you doing? When you think come up with your little ego thing, someone's right, someone's wrong, someone's ugly, whatever you want to call it, that's your projection. Just remember the law of energy, whatever you do, come to you. So you have no choice except you have a choice. But when sun come back, no complaints. No complaints. Because you co-created what came to your life. I know everything, people have this sympathy for a lot of so-called drastic things. I said, well, I understand that. But what I agree to is what caused it and how can I be assisted in that second? When people have been hurt or traumatized, this and that, how can I help? I don't start blaming. How can I claim to help? Be an assistant, bringing balance by the situation. And I said to you, when my patients or my students, or when I'm lecturing, I'm always coming back to vibrating my thumbprint. And how can I enhance them to be them, their own thumbprint, If not, I don't feel I've been beneficial to them. How can I expand that? So I believe the sunshine love, the sun is a very powerful divine. That's one that I appreciate. It shines on everything, everybody on this galaxy. There's no, I'm gonna control you today. You can't shine this way today. Those are all human limitation. Doesn't matter if they're trillionaires, whatever it is. If you come to stratify to eliminate rather than elevate, you're still a victim of the divine stuff. Coming. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah. I think that's a lot for people to digest today, so maybe we'll leave it there.
Thank you. Hope they have some nice tea like I am, and to help them digest this. I like green tea, maca tea, any kind of tea that it's enhancing. So that's what it is, man. So I want to thank you for asking the questions, being co-creating this. I can't do it alone, man, without you. So I appreciate the question. And all the audience listen, if it's something vibrate to you, elevate it, amplify it. If not, send love, send the love. And, thank you.